One is, what state agencies investigated the place?
Well, Illinois did. That's when you pulled us out. Remember in 2000,
Yeah,
what was it,
that's
1975, I should
that's
say.
what I refer to. Illinois did. You see. Did anyone else?
I think New York also did.
Can you get a hold of the copies of their reports?
Doctor, that's tough to do. It really is. And so many of these people, what you find is you find all these retention laws on paper that these states abide by. And as unless it's a serious mental health or it's a serious homicide or something like that, a lot of this paperwork isn't there.
Well, let me tell you what the probable issue would be, okay?
Uh-huh.
People were admitted there under Child Care Acts and under Education Acts, okay?
Yes.
There is a statutory Illinois governance of the rights under the Mental Health Code. Do you have a pencil?
I do.
At 405 ILCS 5
slow down. 405.
/2-100.
Okay.
Which establishes the right to be there.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then one under 5-2-102, parenthesis A.
Uh-huh.
And that's the one that establishes the obligation for an individual service plan worked out by the facility individually with each person as a basis for a treatment plan, which they did not do.
Right.
And those are the two major civil things. Now, in addition, in 405 ILCS 5-1, Chapter 1, okay, there are definitions of appropriate and humane care and of neglect. Okay?
Right.
There's a definition at Section 129 of what constitutes mental illness, and Section 128, which defines treatment.
Uh-huh.
Okay. In addition, there is a section dealing with the question of qualified examiners as to who can legally determine treatment, and they did not use qualified examiners as defined by Illinois law. And because these are Illinois-based placements, I would argue Illinois, and these are Illinois citizens, Illinois law covers, okay?
Right, but how do you deal with this at this point in time? Because now all that stuff's gone, isn't it?
Well, at this point, the question then becomes one of, is there civil liability to the individuals involved?
Correct.
And in order to deal with that, one has to tie it into the statutes I just gave you.
Right.
Okay? And that's the base. Because theoretically, the treatment was not adequate and humane under Illinois law. It was neglectful under that particular Illinois law in Chapter 1. And the treatment plan was not based upon 2-102A as required. And all this has a statutory right under Section 2-100, okay?
Uh-huh.
And that's it.
Huh.
As I think about it, that covers it. And if she looks those up, that will give you the basis. And then give me a call after you read them, okay?
Okay, can you give me the one statute, though? As you said, it was 405, because you spoke fast.
405 ILCS 5.
ILCS 5. And it's in there,
Okay.
405 ILCS 5. And you want me to look at sections 129 and 128?
The definitions are in Chapter 1.
Chapter
and
1.
The rights are in Chapter 2.
In Chapter 2. Okay, I will. And you know my situation probably better than anybody else. Being that you were, as you know, you were one of the people that helped actually pulled us out of there for just what you were saying. you know, does that have good, strong merit? I mean, it's kind of, that is the case. The fact that, you know, I, of all people, a lot of people obviously cannot, but being that I was one, in fact, that you're aware of that, you know, was pulled out of there for the exact same things you're saying, but yet my statutes, according to a lot of these states where I find is say 3 years to 6 years in some areas, you know, really haven't ran out if approached at from this angle.
Well, your statutory rights have not run out, and the law that you have to use for standards is the one I gave you.
That's the one you look for. And why don't the statutes run out?
That statute is current law, and it was the law then.
Right. But where does it gain immunity from the time you bring it up? You know what I'm saying? I guess, in other words, murder obviously is there. I think kidnapping is another one of them. There's there's certain ones that just stand out where you can come back a million years later.
There are not stated. Okay, there are not stated statutes of limitations in that statute.
Oh, okay.
But there are statutes of limitation in the federal civil rights statutes, like Section 1983. But so essentially, the issues you do are under federal law, but you can base your decision to do it under that state law. Okay.
Now, who would you be pursuing in something like this? You wouldn't be, you know, Dabrick Main Corp is obviously, they aren't defunct, but Elan is defunct itself. Would you deal with the state?
Would have to do it either as individuals or as a class action.
But where would you file? Would you file in a federal court or would you file in a state court?
I probably would file first probably in the state court.
Which would be Maine.
Look at a series of cases that Pat Murphy and I did. Key case for the Illinois president is called Lee, L-E-E, Wesley, W-E-S-L-E-Y, versus Illinois.
Versus Illinois, okay. Lee Wesley, correct?
What?
Lee, W-E-S-L-E-Y.
No, L-E-E, and then Wesley, W-E-S-L-E-Y.
Correct.
Lee, comma, Wesley, and Wesley.
Right.
Et al. Versus Illinois, okay?
Got it, okay.
But I think having sued the state in cases such as that one, every time that Murphy and I sued the state, we were in court for 5 years.
Oh yeah, it's a lifelong venture. There's no question about that.
So we sued essentially to block the admission of children into the mental health system without appropriate evaluation. And Lee Wesley was the first such case, but we did a couple others. But now, in terms of the due process rights under the Special Ed Act, you can go to a case called, let me think, Thompson.
Right.
And the Illinois State Board of Ed, it was Max M. versus James Thompson, the Illinois State Board of Ed, and New Trier Township High School.
Okay.
That was the Illinois case in the federal court, okay?
All right, Doctor. As always, you are absolutely a fountain of knowledge. I don't know how you remember all this stuff. It's amazing.
I don't know. I just do.
It's
not
absolutely
bad being 91, you know?
No, 91. You're sharper than most people I meet that are 25. I'll tell you that. I meet a lot of people.
I remember these statutes by number, which most people don't do, okay?
I will. I absolutely will, Doctor. I thank you for calling me back, and I thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Good luck.
You know,
okay?
How about the documentary, though? Was it at least kind of good, or?
I liked it. Yeah.
Did you? I do appreciate that. Well, thank you so much for your phone call, Doctor.
Glad to. Okay,
Bye-bye now.